Contour presents Terrible Impersonations. Yo, Adrian!
So fluffy!
Say hello to my little friend. With Contour's voice remote, you don't have to be good. You just have to say it and your TV finds it.
Hey, son of a nutcracker!
Voice remote on Contour from Cox. Cable TV reimagined to get you right to the good stuff. Available to residential customers in Cox service areas. Broadband Wi-Fi connection required for app-based viewing. Not all famous movie quotes are searchable. Other conditions apply.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network. Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Hello, America. It is Tuesday, September the 5th, 2017. You are about 60 seconds away from the beginning of the America Off the Rails show. I'm your host, Rick Robinson, where we do this thing live every Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern on KLRNradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign. We've got a lot to talk about. I know. Some of you are reading the title going, but Rick, you talked about DACA all night last night. But yeah, it's still in the news, still going on, still got to talk about it. Deal with it. Buckle up. Hang on. It's going to be a long night. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
This freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can't achieve. This nation of people one in the name of liberty.
Hello, America. Welcome to the program. I am Rick Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, and again, you are tuned in live right now on KLRNradio.com. That is, of course, if it is September the 5th, just a few minutes past the hour of 11 Eastern, then you're listening live. If not, you may be hearing us on some of the great affiliates like AMFM247.com, where this show is heard every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Maybe hearing us on the Lanterns Radio Network, where the show can be heard every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Eastern. Talk America Radio Network, the Liberty Channel. That's where we're on at 6 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And, of course, SierraandDigitalTalk.com every Saturday and Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. All in all affiliates, all broadcasting tools, all podcast plays. At this point, we are available. pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on in a market somewhere, in multiple terrestrial markets as well, thanks to crndigitaltalk.com and amfm247.com. So we're pretty much everywhere, and that is because of folks like you that take time out of your busy, busy day to spend just a few minutes with yours truly. And I know we're talking about DACA. We talked about it last night. Some of you are like, man, didn't you get this all out of your system last night? Well, no, because see, there's been some interesting developments in the last 24 hours when it comes to DACA. Because, and see, this is when I'm going to get into trouble with the Trump crowd just a little bit. Because he put out a tweet just a little bit ago that basically said he was putting Congress on a 6-month timetable to do something about DACA. Now, I agree with him to a point, because my biggest complaint with DACA so far is that it was done through executive order. Look, the simple fact of the matter is Congress is the one that passes laws. Congress is the one that actually regulates how immigration works in our country. So if there's going to be a change made, it needs to happen through Congress. What I don't agree with is this 6-month timetable, or I'm going to revisit it. Because that kind of sounds like, you know, the mafia dance. And I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. I'm going to give you 6 months to bring this thing around to the way I want it to be, or else we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this again. And if I have to talk to you about it again, you're not going to like it. Capiche? It's just that's how it comes off, because it seems flippant. Not to mention the fact that, you know, again, I've already said, for everybody that's been so, you know, pro-DACA, everything else, look, if you want some sort of a pathway to citizenship for the folks that are already here, that's great, that's fine, that's wonderful, whatever you guys think is going to work. But my issue with all of it, and it always has been, we can't do that through executive order, which is what Barack Obama did. We have laws for a reason. If we don't like the laws as they exist now, we need to work to change them. So I understand why Donald Trump said what he said. I just don't understand why he put the little caveat on the end, because it needs to be addressed through Congress. It doesn't need to be dealt with through an executive order, because then we, the people, still have a voice. But we're going to talk about that more when we come back. We've got to get the first break out of the way. This is America Off the Rails. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
Folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Got the first break out of the way, which means you and I have some time to talk now. So let's settle in for a second, get into the conversation. We'll actually start unfolding what we're going to be talking about tonight. Again, we're going to be talking mostly about DACA. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and start running some audio clips that I have courtesy of our station manager, Miss Ann, who put some of those out. Also, Jesse from Jesse's POV has been pretty handy in them, so it's been a joint effort between the two of them. The two of them are amazing, by the way. I couldn't get half the things done that I do around here without them. And so I don't say that nearly enough, because a lot of you that have been hanging out with us for a while, you know this was my baby. If not for Ann stepping in and taking over a lot of the day-to-day operations, things wouldn't be humming along nearly as nicely as they are right now, because I still have to focus on the day job, which means I don't have as much time to put towards this as I would like to. And Jess has been a welcome addition to the crew. For those of you who may not know, she actually just had one of her shows placed on iHeartRadio. I do encourage you to check that out. That's Jesse's Coffee Shop. It actually is airing multiple times a week at this point, because she has authors booked up all the way through November at this point. I've actually been helping her edit some of the audio to get some of that stuff ready to go. So it is a great show. I do encourage you to check that out. She also does our international affairs show, Jess's POV. every weeknight at 9 a.m. Eastern, so I encourage you to check that out as well. All right, so enough shameless promotion for station folks. Let's move on to the topics at hand today. So we're going to be talking DACA again because there's more in the news about it. Of course, the president just put out his ultimatum regarding DACA. We have some interesting audio when it comes to DACA, though. Now, we're going to save some of the really good stuff until later. Right now, I have Attorney General Jeff Sessions talking a little bit about DACA and giving a bit of background. Actually, we're just going to let the clips play. This one is, again, these are going to be AG Jeff Sessions talking about DACA, so we're just going to let them play and then we'll talk about them.
To have a lawful system of immigration that serves the national interest, we cannot admit everyone who would like to come here. It's just that simple. There is that would be an open borders policy, and the American people have rightly rejected that. Therefore, the nation must set and enforce a limit on how many immigrants we admit each year, and that means all cannot be accepted. This does not mean they are bad people or that our nation disrespects or demeans them in any way. It means we are properly enforcing our laws as Congress has passed them.
Now, why is that so hard for everyone else to understand? And this is, again, one of the reasons. Remember when we opened the show and I talked about Trump pushing stuff back to DACA? Look, I get it. That's the way it needs to happen. But we're actually talking about an open borders policy, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Now, again, one of my biggest problems with DACA is the fact that it was put in place by the executive branch under the Obama administration. AG Sessions weighs in about that right here.
The executive branch, through DACA, deliberately sought to achieve what the legislative branch specifically refused to authorize on multiple occasions.
So there we have Jeff Sessions talking about the fact that DACA was actually done through an executive order because it couldn't be done through the legislature. So at this point, what we're literally talking about Trump doing is kicking it back down to the legislature and probably having another situation where they're not going to be able to get anything done with it because what they're talking about, in essence, is comprehensive immigration reform. Now, the interesting thing about that, and I said I wasn't going to play this till later, but it dovetails right into what we're talking about right now. There is somebody that lately has been saying an awful lot about DACA. And being all for DACA and everything else, and it's been, just all DACA all the time. We have to save these people because if we make them leave now, we're going to be hurting them, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. We have Chucky Schumer from 2009. Again, this is thanks to Miss Ann, so we're going to let that play right about now, so hang on.
When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong, and we have to change it. Above all else, the American people want their government to be serious about protecting the public, enforcing the rule of law, and creating a rational system of legal immigration that will proactively fit our needs rather than reactively responding to future waves of illegal immigration.
Now, again, this is Chucky Schumer, 2009. So we're talking, at this point, that's, 8 years ago, roughly? Doing the math in my head, yeah, it seems to be about 8. So what's changed for Chucky Schumer in 2009? Not sure. What's so different between then and now? Now, we have another little clip where he goes a little bit more into detail about immigration reform. We're going to go ahead and play that now as well.
The following 7 principles are all based on this concept. First, illegal immigration is wrong, and a primary goal of comprehensive immigration reform must be to dramatically curtail future illegal immigration.
All right, hang on. We're going to back that up just in case you guys are just tuning in. I want you to hear what he just said right there one more time.
The following 7 principles are all based on this concept. First, illegal immigration is wrong, and a primary goal of comprehensive immigration reform must be to dramatically curtail future illegal immigration.
Now, again, we'll come back to that in a minute because I want to take this last bit kind of point by point. So even Chuck Schumer, 2009, talks about how illegal immigration is wrong. So let me tell you my problem with something like DACA, where you're basically saying, the children that are brought here illegally still have the option to stay, work their way towards citizenship, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That is an incentive for people to continue to violate our laws because they're like, look, no matter what happens to me, if I can get my kid here, then they have a shot at becoming an American. That's no different than the anchor baby thing. We have how many people that do everything they can to get here before their child is born, because if they can get one toe into American soil before that baby pops out, then by God, that child is an American. Now, you can say what you want about those policies, but they do not serve us well, whether you think they do or not. We need comprehensive immigration reform. I've never once said that we do not. But we need to enforce the laws that we have first and foremost before we start looking at ways to change what we have. Because again, right now, we don't understand what works and what doesn't when it comes to our immigration because we don't enforce what we have. It is impossible for us to know what is broken, what is working, what's not working, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be tweaked, because nobody pays any attention to it. None of it. They just it doesn't matter. That's all right. They came here. We feel bad, so we're going to let them stay. It hits us right in the feels, so we're going to feel really, really bad for these kids. Now that they're 26, 27, 28 years old, who cares, man? They came over as kids. It's the only country they've ever known, so who cares if they're 28 years old? Never done anything to start putting a toe in the water as far as trying to earn citizenship because they feel like they're entitled because their parents brought them here. And as far as they knew, up until 30 seconds ago, they thought they were Americans. It doesn't matter what they thought. What matters is that they're not. They are not American citizens, and if they are adults at this point, even if they are contributing and making their way through society and doing what they need to do as far as paying taxes and everything else, I don't necessarily have an issue with them staying while we determine their status, but they need to do something to start moving towards legal citizenship. Period. End of sentence. We're up against a break. Got to come back in just about 3 minutes.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at rahardin.com. That's the World Wide Web at rahardin.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Hardin to see and purchase his books.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Again, coming to you live on KORNradio.com and various affiliates around the country. So at this point, we're going to continue the conversation that we've been having before the break. Now, I had Chucky Schumer on pause. I guess we're going to allow that to continue because, can't leave Chucky Schumer on pause all day long. It's kind of like putting baby in the corner. Not really a good plan. Not to mention the fact that it's kind of good comic relief to listen to Chucky say things that we've been saying for, years now and going back and realizing that he said them too. So here, let him continue his talking, his little tirade about immigration reform.
Second, operational control of our borders through significant additional increases in infrastructure, technology, and border personnel must be achieved within a year of enactment. Third, a biometric-based employer verification system with tough enforcement and auditing is necessary to significantly diminish the job magnet that attracts illegal aliens to the United States. 4. All illegal aliens present in the United States on the date of enactment of our bill must quickly register their presence with the United States government and submit to a rigorous process of converting to legal status and earning a path to citizenship or face imminent deportation.
When the hell did Chuck Schumer become a conservative? The only thing about that doesn't sound conservative is the path to citizenship. And look, you know what? To a point, I see what they're talking about. I mean, some of these people have been here so long that it's just time to kind of, do one of those things where, look, this is what we're going to change, but this is how you get to stay here based on what we're changing. So if they don't follow that process, then they face deportation. At this point, I'm willing to give them that bone. As much as I'm going to catch flack from my severely conservative friends, I am willing to give them that bone just so that we can get something fixed. Even the DACA folks, look, if they're here already and they're contributing and they're paying taxes and they're doing all the things that they've been allowed to do under this illegal agreement, because it was illegal, it was done through executive order, that there's no way around that. We actually have Jeff Sessions that'll be talking about that in just a second, about the fact that it is unconstitutional. Which is ultimately why it's been rescinded. Now, they say it's been rescinded, but at the same time, it kind of seems like it's been just kind of, shelved and kicked back down to Congress and see if they can find a way to work it out legally, because it honestly sounds like Trump wants DACA. He just doesn't want to tell his base that he wants DACA. And again, I have real problems with DACA because it rewards people that broke the law. I mean, at this point, with what we're talking about doing, even if Congress finds a way to pass this and make it something that would, at that point, be constitutional because Congress decides immigration policy, then we're talking about people that are being left in the cold. All of the people that have waited in line to do this the right way, that have followed all the policies, followed all the procedures, and have wanted to do nothing more than come here legally and do it the right way, are about to be spat upon if what I'm afraid is about to happen is about to happen. But we just heard Chucky Schumer, other than the path to citizenship, sound remarkably conservative. Now, again, remember, we have told you that DACA has been rescinded. This is Jeff Sessions pretty much confirming that.
I'm here today to announce that the program known as DACA that was effectuated under the Obama administration is being rescinded.
So it is being rescinded. It is actually unconstitutional, which everybody with half a brain knew that it was. The fact that a supposed constitutional scholar got away with doing that, it just seems crazy. When Saturday Night Live pokes fun at you for basically doing sweeping immigration reform with a pen and a phone, then you know you've got a problem. And that was when I realized that he had lost a few of his folks, because when Saturday Night Live does a parody about you, then you know that you have lost your base. Because Saturday Night Live pretty much bashes Republicans almost constantly. And I thought we had the audio stored in here somewhere, but I can't seem to find it now, and I don't remember how I saved it. So, yay, fun times. I was actually going to play the skit, because I haven't been able to do that in a while, and it seemed like it would be a good time to do that. Hang on a second. No, I guess we don't have it anymore. I thought I had it stored here somewhere, but I'm not going to listen to you, have you guys sit here listening to me pounding on keys, because we have other audio. Actually, I think we have some from President Trump, so let me take a look here. Yeah, here we go. Trump to Congress, time for you guys to act. So here's the audio from that.
Thank you.
Mr. President, how is your DACA transition proceeding during your part?
Well, I have a great heart for the folks we're talking about, a great love for them, and people thankful for them to turn over their really young adults. I have love for these people, and hopefully Congress will be able to them and do it properly. And I can tell you, in speaking to members of Congress, they want to be able to do something and do it right. And really, we have no choice. We have to be able to do something. And I think it's going to work out very well. And long term, it's going to be the right solution.
All right, so basically there's Trump kicking it back to Congress, saying it's time for them to act, to do something about DACA. But let's remember that this is Jeff Sessions talking about how DACA done through the executive branch was unconstitutional.
Such an open-ended circumvention of immigration laws was an unconstitutional exercise of authority by the executive branch. The effect of this unilateral executive amnesty, among other things, contributed to a surge of minors at the southern border that yielded terrible humanitarian consequences.
So there we have Jeff Sessions talking about the fact that DACA done through executive order was unconstitutional. Now, the thing that we need to focus on, just for the moment, for those of us that are diametrically opposed to this open-door policy that is basically DACA, we need to understand that by Trump kicking it back down to Congress, he's actually doing what an executive should do. Because it was wrong for Obama to do what he did, but it was wrong for Trump to put the 6-month window on there, because that's not how that works. You can't hold the sword of Damocles over Congress's head and say, do this my way, or else we're going to come back and do it the wrong way again, just because I really want this, but I don't want my people to know that it's really what I want, which is why I want you to do it. Because then it won't be my fault, because then I can yell at, see, these stupid Republicans, they don't do anything that I told them to do. I told them to find a way to fix this, and all they did was pass DACA as it stood before, and now we're stuck with the same problem, except now it's constitutional because it was passed by Congress. But look, I could veto it, but I'm not going to, because they said this is what they wanted. Because that's what's going to happen. Because make no mistake, whatever Congress puts forward still has to be signed off on by the president for it to be enacted in a law. Remember that little skit that I was about to post that Saturday Night Live did was actually about how a bill becomes a law. And in the original, they actually do it the right way, and they talk about, going in between both houses and having a bill become ratified between both houses. Then it gets sent over to the executive branch and becomes either signed or vetoed. And then if it's vetoed, if they can get a veto-proof majority, then they can actually still pass it anyway. But make no mistake, whatever Congress does, even though the president will be, I feel like my hands have been tied, but I really don't have a choice, I'm going to sign this thing, because that's why he's trying to kick it back down to Congress first, because he knows if this passes, as long as he can blame it on them and say, well, I only did it because I thought it was what the American people wanted, because we sent it back to Congress and they did it, so I signed it. That's going to be his out. But bear in mind, he really wants this thing, or he wouldn't have put that 6-month window on there. He would have left it to be Congress's job, because it is ultimately Congress's job. So that's what I'm talking about. When we talk about the DACA flip-flopping, we literally have Chucky Schumer sounding like a conservative back in 2009 talking about illegal immigration, up until he says pathway to citizenship. And now we have Donald Trump, who's been talking tough about DACA all week and how they were going to rescind it and yada, 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 blah, 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 which they have done on its face. I get that. But at the same time, now he's backdooring Congress and be like, fix this in 6 months or else. That's not how things are supposed to work. It's really not. All right, so I just realized because of a really long rant, I am severely long for the bottom of the hour break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We got to get one in, so we'll be back in about 4.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in your faces.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in your faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges.
All right, folks, welcome back. So we've been talking a lot about DACA, but now it's time we put all the cards on the table, because let's face it, at this point, I have to tell you, I don't think the Democrats, no matter how much they talk about a pathway to citizenship and no matter how much they talk about how we need that type of thing, it's never going to happen on their watch. And I'm not sure if maybe that's what Trump is trying to fix now. But let's face it, a lot of his base isn't necessarily going to want that either, because he's got folks that are diametrically opposed to pathway to citizenship that are part of his base. He also has the business sector, which, whether we like it or not, uses a lot of the illegal immigrants as labor. Let's just not pull any punches about that. The facts are the facts. It's pretty much the only way that we can call it. But the simple fact of the matter is with this, I don't know if Trump is trying to basically steal some of the Democratic thunder, because let's face it, the last thing the Democrats really ever want is for these people to completely be able to come out of the shadows, because they've already figured out a way to get them to vote in 99.9% of the elections. I mean, come on, they have dead people voting for them. You don't think these illegal immigrants vote too? I mean, why do you think they have this big get out the vote and drive people everywhere? Because that's how they work the system. That's how they game the system. Not to mention the fact that keeping these people in the shadows and continuing to promise them that at some point they're going to bring them out into the light and actually help them become citizens, it doesn't do anything but perpetuate the cycle. So there are plenty of folks on both sides of this thing that don't want to see it fixed. So I'm honestly not sure exactly what game Trump is playing. I do agree with both Jess and Ron in the chat that were talking just a few minutes ago, and they actually had said that they think that it's going to be something that he may use as a bargaining chip later to finish the wall. Interesting thing about the wall, and Ron managed to point this out as well, the wall for the most part has actually already been funded. It was funded back in 2008, I believe. It was either 2008 or 2012. I think it was 2008, because I seem to remember that there was a certain congressman or senator who ran for president and then was up for re-election, but I think that might have been 2000. Was he up for the midterms? Was that what it was? Anyway, it was sometime between 2008 and 2010, because I remember his campaign promise in Arizona was vote for me and I'll finish the fence. And then he got elected and said, what fence? And yes, I'm looking at you, John the Nag McCain, because we know we can't call you the Maverick anymore because your back's broke and you can't even really do your job anymore because you don't care. Anyway, I know that's probably a really mean thing to say about somebody that's fighting cancer, but he's annoyed me for the last several times that I've heard him on TV and watched him on TV, heard him on the radio. You know what I'm trying to say. Bear with me for a second. All right, since we were so long on that last segment, we've got to take another quick break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods in no face.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Welcome back, folks. Well, we're just about out of time, so, and again, this is one of the things that has me completely befuddled, because the simple fact of the matter is the Democratic Party is falling apart. So if it wasn't for the fact that we continue to seem to have a president who is willing to, shall we say, bite off his nose to spite his face, or cut off his nose to spite his face, things would probably be running a lot smoother than they are. Let's face it, he typically puts his foot in his mouth, and I know his base loves that, and I'm not saying there's necessarily anything wrong with it, except for the fact that it keeps us from being able to get anything done. We are watching a Democratic Party that is completely unhinged. Case in point, Jurassic-era Barbie has made the news again. That's right, Nancy Pelosi is back in the news. She's recently made rounds on a lot of the talk shows talking about how the Democrats have been beating the Republicans hands down in pretty much everything since January. I don't know what planet she's on. I don't know what color the sky is in her world, but Jurassic-era Barbie has stepped into it again because what she said has made no sense. I would love to find you the audio, but nobody seems to have it yet, so I haven't been able to find it. I heard it this afternoon driving home, so I figured I could be able to find it somewhere, but I haven't been able to find it. So as we find it, it will probably start making it into the library, because one of the things that I'm going to start doing probably for Thursday's show is I'm going to start putting together the wackiest things that we've ever heard Democrats play, and we're probably going to play them on the way out every Thursday since it's the last show of the week, just because it'll be something fun, and we can laugh, and we can point, and we can make fun of them, and I mean, I'm sorry, I know we probably shouldn't point and laugh at leftists, but what else do you have to do with them? They're insane. I mean, I don't understand where she's coming from with this, because as far as I know, keeping up with this stuff both locally and federally, the Democrats since January have turned one local House seat blue, and that would be in my state so far during a special election. Every other special election, they have fallen on their face. Let's not forget the one in Georgia where they spent millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they just knew that was the one, and if they could turn that seat blue, it would be the beginning of the end for the Republican Party for 2018. And they couldn't do it. Now, there's a caveat there, because that area is slowly turning blue. So I'm not saying that we should, keep thumping our chests and be all happy that we won the election. What I'm saying is Congress and the president need to start doing what we sent them to D.C. to do. We didn't send them to D.C. to argue with each other. We sent them to D.C. to repeal Obamacare. So far, we got a big fat goose egg in that column. We sent them to D.C. to talk about to do tax reform. So far, we have a big fat goose egg in that column. We're now revisiting DACA instead of completely getting rid of DACA, because I guess somebody somewhere in the administration still secretly wants DACA, but they don't want to say that, which makes absolutely no sense to me, because DACA is a mess. It was a mess when it was done through executive order. It'll be a mess if it's done through Congress, because it puts everyone who's done this the right way out in the cold and says, well, you know what? We know you guys did all this the right way, but all these people whose families broke the law to get them here, we're going to put them on a fast track to citizenship, and y'all get to wait in this line right over here. Now serving number 3,492,394,431. Next! And, who cares what you think or why you think it? Because who cares if you did it the right way? Who cares if you did it legally? We're gonna take care of these folks first. And that's been my problem with all of this. Take all the political posturing away, take all of the noise away, and we are talking about putting people first that came here illegally. It doesn't matter whether it was their parents that did it or whether it was them that did it. The simple fact of the matter is 80% of the people that are part of the DACA initiative are now adults. How many of that percentage have applied for some form of citizenship? I know of one. Now, I'm not saying there aren't more, but from talking to people, I know of one that basically joined the military because he knew that there was a pathway for him to earn citizenship through the military. So he joined the military. And again, I know of one as an anecdotal side note, but I haven't heard of anybody else. So my question is, with these 80% of people that are now adults, what have they been doing? with their ability to come out of the shadows now? Have they been working on a pathway to become legal? Have they followed the steps? Have they done what they needed to do? Because I'm not hearing about any of them, and that's one of my questions. And so far, I haven't been able to find any numbers for that. Because again, I'm not necessarily opposed to those that are, number one, children that were brought here illegally being allowed to stay. Their parents, I'm sorry. No. So, I mean, if the kids want to go back with them, that's great. That's fine. Whatever the kids want to do. If the kids want to stay here and may have a support system of some kind, not governmental, but a support system of some kind, then they may or may not be welcome to stay. If they are minors, if they are adults and they are not contributing and they have not started the process for naturalization, they need to get the hell out. Period. End of sentence. You don't like it? It's a mean thing to say? I don't care. We are a nation of laws. Again, I said this last time, I'm going to say it again tonight. If you don't like the way the law reads now, then do whatever you need to do to change it. It's not that much different than what Obama said in 2008 and 2012. I didn't like most of what he said, but what he said was true in this instance. If you don't like the way something is, then vote to change it. We did, overwhelmingly. The Democrats have turned one local House seat blue in 2017. That's one down, 999 to go. And now we have Nancy Pelosi making victory laps, talking about how they're assured victory in 2018. The only way they will be assured victory in 2018 is if we continue to have a president and a Congress that will not work together. This makes absolutely no sense when we're on the same side. This is one of the reasons that I was diametrically opposed to Donald Trump. Because he doesn't have the ability to lead. He doesn't. He doesn't lead, he browbeats. And it shows in his tweets. And what he just did tonight was a wrong move. He should have said, DACA is illegal, it was unconstitutional, we are rescinding it, and we've kicked it back down to Congress for them to figure out how we deal with the immigration nightmare as they are constitutionally supposed to do. That should have been where he left it. As soon as he put this 6 months or else thing on the end of it, it became a battle. It became a battle line that didn't need to be drawn. And it makes no sense to me. All right, we're up against a break. We'll be back in 3.
Outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks, I'll bring gays.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are just about out of time on the America Off the Rails show for Wednesday, September 5th, 2017, but we are still coming to you live from KLINradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign. All right, so on the way out the door, as we always do, want to remind folks where you can catch the podcast, because some of you, I know, no matter how many places I put it on as a live stream or how many places we do live broadcasts, some of you just prefer the freedom to be able to go listen to the show whenever you want, however you want. So we're making that as easy as possible for you. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FM Player, Google Play Music, Pocket Cast, Blueberry, and I just forgot about 5 or 6 more because I was like, yeah, I know there's more. I do that every single time. Okay, so let's just start doing this another way. Pretty much at this point, if you like the show, if you just search America Off the Rails on Google, you're going to find about 8 million different places where the show is either carried as a podcast or a rebroadcast. It's really easy to do. Some of the easiest ones to follow along with are, of course, iTunes and iHeartRadio, because you can just click the follow button. You'll get updates anytime a new podcast populates over there on either one. Also, if you are a fan of iTunes and you listen to the show over there, please give us a rating. We're actually working on trying to boost our iTunes ratings a little bit because we've been there for a bit and we're trying to boost our traffic over there. So if you happen to listen on iTunes and you like the stuff that we're putting out, make sure you go over to the iTunes section, find America Off the Rails, give us a boost, whatever you feel you can do to help us continue to make the show grow. On that note, we are officially just about out of time. Want to remind folks of what we've got coming up here tomorrow on KLRNradio.com. We have One Nation Under Fu airing at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure she has a guest. Sadly, as her producer, I have not received an email from her yet as a reminder as to who the guest is, so I can't promote them. So my fault, my bad. The Conservative Curmudgeon radio show tomorrow night will be a rebroadcast. G has his daughter is actually going to be possibly impacted by the hurricane that is currently barreling towards Florida. And as a dad, he's going to go exfiltrate his daughter. So I can't really blame the man. So he'll be taking the night off tomorrow night. And we'll have Jesse's POV at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern. My bad. And then we'll have Daniel Stafford on the Stafford Voice at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll finish up the night right here back with yours truly at 11 p.m. Eastern on America Off the Rails. And remember, folks, it's a short week. So we've made it through the Tuesday that felt remarkably like a Monday, but tomorrow is technically hump day, even though today was the beginning of the week thanks to the holiday for most of us. I hope you guys had a great Labor Day. That is the de facto end of summer. Luckily, the calendar disagrees. It actually will not officially be the end of summer till sometime around the 21st. So summer isn't officially over, but all of you East Coast folks, you went back to school within the last couple of days. I wonder how many colleges on the East Coast open with safe spaces and coloring books again, because they're still in meltdown mode over Trump. I know. Sorry. I just had to rub that in. When you're watching Congress sit on their hands and you've got a POTUS that likes to poke them and nothing else really ever gets done, you got to go back to what makes you feel good, which is leftist having a meltdown. All right, we are officially out of time, folks. Take care. God bless. I will see you when I see you back here live tomorrow night on America Off the Rails. Take care.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. Medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Progressive brings you Flowetry with Flo.
When Flo flows, she flows in the know. Mind ruminates the rates. Shown them all, I heed the call. Seeing the rest, I choose the best. Sometimes it's ours, sometimes it's not. When the fox walks, is it called a fox trot? That's a real question.
Compare Progressive Direct rates with competitors' rates. Visit Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.